Well, hello there, motherfuckers. And Jinder Mahal is your WWE champion. Haha, motherfuckers. This was not only a good match, but a good example of how the YWC doesn't always get what they want. Now, I'll admit, Jinder Mahal was definitely a surprise when they made him #1 contender. I mean, now this was a guy that they couldn't even commit to having him win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. They gave it to Mojo Rawley, of all people. Couldn't even give it to Braun Strowman. Gave it to Mojo Rawley. They couldn't even give it to Jinder Mahal, who was actually the last guy eliminated. Even though this is the guy that they were going to push. See, I don't know around Mania time if they really knew that they were going to have a championship match. I don't know where they thought they were going to be at. I don't know if they, at the last minute, decided, let's just, draft Bray Wyatt to Raw, and let's have Orton start a new feud with Jinder Mahal. But I don't know if this was in the cards to begin with. I kind of doubt it in a way. I don't think that this is their intentional plan. And I'm noticing I sound a little bit different, and that's because I'm kind of getting over being sick. So I apologize for that. But, this match, it was a good match. You had Mahal working over the shoulder, which set him up for his finisher, which involves the shoulder. So it was great to finally see some psychology. You got to see Orton go nuts on the Singh brothers. He kept, Billy to backing them through the fucking onto the announce table. That's something funny I've noticed that happens in the PG era. Tables don't really break as much as they used to. Instead, people seem to bounce off of them. It's like almost like the tables don't like this era. You remember that time actually with Orton where Orton gave an RKO onto the announce table and, it didn't break? It's like the same fucking thing. It's like the tables are refusing to cooperate in this era. But whatever it was, I was looking at Jinder when he came out to the ring, when he was in the ring and they were doing the introductions. Mahal just looked like he had it. I hadn't seen somebody with that amount of personality in their face. The look, whether he's juicing or not, I don't fucking care. You take a look at a guy like Jinder Mahal, and then you take a look at a guy like Finn Balor. Who, honestly, to you, if it wasn't for all the knowledge you had of, Finn Balor being in Japan and stuff, because, God, oh my God, he was in Japan. My goodness gracious, that automatically makes him amazing. If you didn't know that, and you saw these two guys, who would you say looks like a more reputable champion? Who would you say looks more marketable? Who would you say looks like a wrestler? Who would you say looks like a gay little faggot fuckboy? I'd say it looks like I almost said Jinder Mahal. Finn Balor. Finn Balor looks like the fuckboy. Jinder Mahal looks like the star. Jinder Mahal looks like the champion. Jinder Mahal looks like the top heel. Finn Balor does not. Do you see the difference here, guys? Do you see the difference, the clear-cut difference of what it means to look like a star? Do you know what it means to act like a star? Do you understand any of that shit? Do you understand why back in the day certain people were over and others were not? Can you even seem to grasp that concept, why a guy like the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, is more over as a heel than, say, Seth Rollins was as a heel? Does anybody know why Andre the Giant was a better heel, than Samoa Joe was? It was because these guys had a look. It was because these guys had star power. Those guys are not as good, you know. But I don't think, you know, the YWC, the IWC will ever realize that. So I am happy that he won the belt. Do I know that in due time they'll probably ruin Jinder Mahal like they've ruined everybody else? Of course I do. But for the moment being, I actually am accepting of Jinder Mahal as champion. I think it's a much needed change. When he won the belt, I saw a star. I saw a guy who really knew what he was doing there in the ring. And you notice how there wasn't one suicide dive in this match. Notice there wasn't one flip off the top rope. Notice any of that. There wasn't any unbelievable looking moves, you know, where I had to suspend my disbelief to believe. Instead, I just saw a good old-fashioned brawl wrestling match with some classic heel interference. And the heel came out on top. He snuck up from behind Orton when he was busy with the Singh brothers, and he nailed him with the Cobra Clutch slam of his. And, you know, he celebrated in the audience. You know, you could see his face, you know. And the thing was, that was the thing that got to me, was Jinder Mahal with the facial expressions and everything. He looked like a bad guy, like a classic bad guy. You know, and they didn't have to tell you that the guy's from another country, or, you know, he's a different nationality and all that kind of stuff. It's like you could just see alone that wasn't even necessary, because, you know, he just had the facial expressions going on. The body language was there. He looked like a determined heel who wanted to beat the babyface champion. Anyway, guys, if anything else, I'm just happy to see the YWC crying and upset for a change, and they're not celebrating because their heroes like Finn Balor are on TV. And I'm also seeing on Backlash that Baron Corbin got beat by Sami Zayn. I haven't watched the whole pay-per-view yet, but what the fuck are they fucking thinking that that little fucking taxi driving jobber could actually beat Baron Corbin? How am I supposed to believe that? I can't believe that. That's unbelievable, actually. Anyway, guys, until next time, Jinder Mahal champion. Ain't life sweet?